Chris, because yes, he's gotten paid and that's the goal. But here's the thing. There's not many more teams that you want to play with than the 49ers. This system fits exactly what Deebo Samuel wants to do. So if he goes to another team, if it's anyone other than maybe the Chiefs, and maybe I could think of a few, but there's not a ton of teams that play this same system. He's definitely not going to go to a team where he gets as much work on the regular. And so it's going to be very key that, because he has something to work towards. He doesn't want to get traded. That's one. And two, he kind of wants to get the target share back that he had during 2021. My thing with him is this guy is going to, my projection is he's going to have over 1,000 yards from scrimmage, both running and receiving this year.
Like combined or both? You saying combined?
Combined,
right?
so like running and receiving.
I can see that.
I'm saying like 800 receiving. He could go over 800. I don't know, but it's going to be over 1,000 from definitely.
I think so too. I mean, I think again, like the motivation that he has, I think is going to translate to a crazy season from Deebo, and that's great for this offense. But you know who was also going to go crazy is that dog BA, Brandon Aiyuk, man. Like, I keep saying it. I just feel like with every season, like he gets better, but also it still feels like he hasn't reached his ceiling yet. And I'm really hoping that this year is when he reaches that ceiling because he has the talent. It's just, I think there's other factors there, but I'm loving the energy that he brings. We talked about the fact that he put the defense on notice. Like days before training camp even started, he's like, if you're in a white jersey, F you, like that's the energy he's bringing. And today, and John Chapman tweeted this, Aiyuk brings down a contested jump ball and stares down the entire defense. Like, I love that. I love that competitive spirit. And I think it just makes everyone else, including himself, better.
So I want to ask you a question. Do you think that if he was on a team like the Vikings or Bengals or even Chiefs, obviously, do you think he would have Justin Jefferson type numbers? Is he that type of player? I would.
So let's say Justin Jefferson is not in Minnesota and instead it's Brandon Aiyuk. Yes, yeah. I do think that he would put up similar numbers. Maybe, and I can't say definitively that he would have like the same numbers, but I think he would be in that range just because, that offense is willing to throw the football a little bit more than the 49ers. Yeah. I also feel like the chemistry that, Kirk and Jefferson have, they're locked in together. And so I'm kind of just hoping that the 49ers, Brock, whoever the starting quarterback is, right? I'm hoping that chemistry is there because I think that'll go a long way for Aiyuk and him being able to put up those numbers. He had an 1,000-yard season just last year. And again, it still just feels like he's barely scratching the surface of what he can do, right? And so I think there are other like reasons why we haven't seen it yet. The scheme, they move the ball around. There's a bunch of playmakers on this team you got to feed. But also like the chemistry with the quarterback. And so it kind of sucks that, Brock Purdy recovering from his injury, rehabbing this entire offseason, didn't really get a chance to grow that relationship, that chemistry with his receivers this offseason, because that would have been great, right? Like